Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I got the Masters crew with me, Dynasty Owl. Doc, what's up, guys? How you doing today?
Doing great.
Excellent, yeah.
Good to hear it, man. Right before we jump into today's show, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Also, if you're looking for a place to play Dynasty football, we got over 600 leagues, never folded a single one. With that said, today's episode, we're going to be talking about some building blocks for your Dynasty teams, some affordable building blocks for your Dynasty teams. Going to start at the quarterback position. Kick this over to you guys, whichever you want to go first. Quarterback, affordable, Dynasty building block. Floor's all yours.
I'll go. So my affordable dynasty building block here at quarterback is Joe Burrow. And I think this is a guy that's criminally undervalued. I know he's coming off a big knee injury. But, I mean, when the guy played last year, he was absolutely electric. The Bengals continue to add more weapons for him. They add Jamar Chase. They've tried to upgrade the offensive line, which anything they've done is better than what they had last year. So that's a positive as well. And their defense kind of stinks still. So, I mean, this is all things that are positive for Joe Burrow. And, again, for some reason, his value is not as high as I think it should be, partially probably because of guys like Justin Herbert overshadowing him having such a good season last year. So I'm going to go get Joe Burrow because from what I've seen, he's not really super expensive, and I feel like he's about to have a massive season, and from then on, he's just going to be a staple at the top of the quarterback lists in your fantasy draft. So I think this is a guy to go get now and reap the benefits later.
Yeah, and I've done some trades recently for Burrow where it's like the 1.12, 1.11, late first. I mean, to me, that's worth it even there, especially since Cincinnati seems to be tailoring that offense around them.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is if you're willing to spend like 2.1 on like, Fields or Zach Wilson, I mean, I'd much rather have Burrow and his cast of weapons with a 1.12 pick.
I'm with you.
I agree. Yeah, and they were throwing the ball at an extreme pace.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that game against the Browns, like literally.
Yeah, he ripped the Browns apart twice.
So yeah, I love the volume, even though he can't run. I mean, not can't run, but compared to some of these top end, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen type dual threat quarterbacks, he can't run like them. But I mean, the pass volume is going to be there, so the fantasy points are going to follow.
Yeah. All right, and I'll go with mine. And obviously, we haven't talked about this guy a ton because of his off-field issues. Kind of don't want to touch that or go there, and I'm not intending on it today either. Having said that, man, Deshaun Watson is my guy, especially if you're like a struggling dynasty team, don't have a ton of assets. I mean, I've traded for him personally for a second-round pick. I've seen that a bunch of times in trades. I mean, I've also just seen Deshaun Watson lately as kind of a toss-in guy. And I get it, man. The future's unclear. I personally think worst-case scenario, he's going to sit out this year. But if you're a rebuilding team, it really doesn't matter anyway. Kind of looking for the future there. I think he's a steal. And, I've seen he's dug his heels in. Looks like he doesn't have any intentions on reporting to camp in Houston,
right,
which I like even better. We use the term dumpster fire for a team the other day. To me, Houston is the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL. And I'm just going to say it again, man. The fact that he gets to, like, kind of pick where he goes, I love that. I think the guy's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder. And even driving into work today, I was thinking, I was thinking of different, like, best-case scenario, like, where Watson could go. Then this is just, like, off the cuff. Like what if we went to Tampa? Like, Brady's old, man. Like, what if this is last year? They make a play for him. He ends up in Tampa. I mean, the guy's still only 26 years old. Yeah. You're still going to get, 7, 8, 9 years of elite quarterback production. Second-round pick will probably do it. For me, it's Deshaun Watson. Man, I think he's a really affordable building block in dynasty leagues right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I agree completely. I've kind of said for a while, I do think he probably misses this year, but I don't think it's really any more than that. And it could be less than that. But, I don't think it's going to be a lifetime ban or anything like that. So, yeah, for those reasons, definitely, and what he had done, prior to this offseason, yeah, I think that's a great value to pick him up for a second-round pick for sure.
Yeah, 100% agree. Even if he never played again, which I don't think anyone thinks that would happen, you gave a second-round pick for just that opportunity to get Deshaun Watson. Right. I mean, that's 100% worth it to me. I mean, especially if you're struggling, he's a guy that you can build your whole roster around. It would be a huge acquisition. And, yeah, he's very cheap right now, and understandably so, but it's a good opportunity to get him and hope for the best for your team.
Yeah, I mean, we can ignore it all we want. I mean, he's just a great value right now. Yeah. And I have a team I've traded away like a ton of I have 5 first-round picks next year, and I have Watson sitting there. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to do very well. I really don't care. Like, looking at Watson, I don't even need him this year.
Future's
like,
bright, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling, man. So, good stuff.
Yeah, so last up is my guy who also 26 years old, kind of similar in terms of price. I think you'd have to pay for him. Maybe I don't want to say maybe the cheapest guy, but I think a little cheaper than Burrow right now just because of the age. But that's, Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. We talk about it's a run-first team. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, easily the best tandem at running back in the league. But these receivers, if Odell's healthy, if Jarvis is there, on top of that, they add a speedster and Anthony Schwartz. They've got a guy like Hollywood Higgins. Then a guy we never talk about is Austin Hooper, who, just an offseason ago, they paid him big-time money to come play tight end. He barely got started last year. They've got Njoku. They've got Harrison Bryant. So the weapons are all there. Going into year 2 with Kevin Stefanski, I think the play action is going to open up a ton of passing lanes. And I think Baker Mayfield easily has a ton of value. I know it's a run-heavy team who plays in cold weather. Also, I think last year we had some crazy weather early in the year.
Very weird.
So
it was groppling in that one game, whatever that is. And I learned a new weather term.
Yeah.
That's how crazy the weather was in some of those games.
And in some of those, like the downpour game and like against Philly,
it
was just so rainy. We get snow and stuff, but it's not, it's not always that bad come week 10.
Yeah.
Right,
it takes
right.
like week 14, week 15 before the snow comes. So I think Baker Mayfield's a great value. Like I said, 26 years old, so you can get potential franchise quarterback for probably a second rounder in most dynasty leagues. And that's your quarterback for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's been a big dip in his value.
Yeah.
Like from his rookie season when he broke the touchdown record in the last 2 seasons. I love it, man. I've been trying to get Baker.
And I think it's because of the surgence of all these guys like Justin Herbert, like Kyler Murray, even Joe Burrow now with Jamar Chase and all that. But Baker Mayfield, to me, it kind of screams the value that Kirk Cousins had, where Kirk Cousins had done nothing but put up great fantasy numbers for a long time. So I like it.
Yeah, and even with Baker, I don't know if he can be like a top 5 quarterback, but I do think he could be like, in that 6 to 10 consistent range.
Yeah, consistently,
And for a long time.
For a long time, I could see that, right?
And for a team that runs the ball a lot and, has the best running back tandem, we did throw a lot. The Browns threw the ball a lot, too, and not to mention best offensive line in football.
Yeah.
So that's a huge positive as well.
Let's go Browns.
Go Browns.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition. Thanks for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
Yes.